What's up, everybody?
Welcome back to D
And Nate,
Taking on the World.
we are here for a versus video. And I know this is the first time we did a versus video in a long time, but we are back. Versus number 8.
Number 8.
This one is read versus watch. And I guess to further elaborate, it could be almost like, would you rather read a comic or like a story in a newspaper about it? Like the newspaper, how they had the old comics in the newspaper. I don't know if they still do it anymore, but they did when I was younger. That reading like a manga, like for anime, reading a book of like maybe Harry Potter, the Harry Potter series books. Or would you rather watch it? Would you rather watch Dragon Ball Z? Would you rather watch Harry Potter? Would you rather watch Superman, Batman, Flash, all the superheroes? So, what do you think?
Now, okay, if I was younger, I would definitely say read. I still like to read today, don't get me wrong. You'll still catch me in a book every once in a while. But I feel like when I was younger, I would read all day. Like, all day. And funny fact, when I was little, me and my younger sister would go through all the books I had, because I had like over 100 books. I had a ton of books. And we would pick the ones that we want, and then we would sit there and read them together in the room. Like, I was a complete, I don't know if you want to call it nerd or whatever, but I was a book freak. Like, I loved books. Still like them to this day, but now, like, I would rather watch it. I feel like when you read a book, you can still get, like, some type of, like, emotion from it, but I feel like it's different when you watch. I feel like when you watch it, it's just more, like, captivating in a way. Like, you can kind of just feel it more. So I personally would rather watch it now. Like I said, don't get me wrong, I'll still read a book here and there, but I would rather watch it than read it.
What books did you read that you also watched the movies?
Harry Potter, definitely. Movie wise,
Harry Potter.
I think it's just Harry Potter. I don't remember all the books like.
Did you read the Chronicles of Narnia?
Oh yes, Chronicles of Narnia. I did read those. Gosh, yeah, I don't know. I would have to really sit here and think on all the books that I've read, because it was a lot. And that was years ago, so.
And did you enjoy the books as much of the story as in the movie? Or, like, how was it like for you? Because I'm sure you read the books first, and then you watched those stories. So, the movies. So, like, for example, when you watch Chronicles of Narnia, or when you watch the Harry Potter, did it match the book? Did it add more, like, adjectives or, like, ways of kind of describing it? Or was it less descriptive, or did they hold stuff out?
I feel like the movies gave a little bit, or the books gave a little bit different. Like, it was pretty on point for both of them, in my opinion. But I feel like the books didn't necessarily give as much into detail as some of the movies did. That's my personal opinion. Some people may think otherwise. But especially for the Chronicles of Narnia, I feel like that one was a big difference, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I think it was a little bit different. I mean, they still had, like, the same story, but some of them, like, for instance, the Harry Potter ones, I did watch the movies, like, before I read some of the books. So it was kind of, I don't know, it was just a little bit different for me. But, yeah, I feel like all of them go in with the storyline, but there's details that are left out of the one another. So
that's interesting, because I often hear a lot of times, like, when I watch shows or when I talk to people, they're like, oh, you have to read the manga. Oh, you have to read the books first. Why? And then they would say, well, because it's more descriptive. This is not exactly what happened in the comics. This is what happened in the comics, but they made this in the movies. Like, from Marvel. I see that a lot. When we used to watch the Marvel movies in the theaters, they're like, hold on, this is not what happened in the comic. So I find it interesting that you said it, that it was like the movies were a little bit more descriptive, because that's not usually what I hear. So that's cool. For me, this is easy. This is easy. Look, I was never a reader. Okay, I can't pretend to be one. I never enjoyed it unless it was comics, unless it was like books that were talking about sports or something like that. Like something that really interested me, I would read. But other than that, I could not stand reading. It was just, I don't know, it was not my thing back then. Now, I would say I probably read more now than I did back in my day. And that's when I was even in school. Like in school, they make you read, you know. But I prefer to watch a show, watch TV series or whatever. I just think it's more interesting. I think it's more fun. A fun way of viewing and taking in, I guess, things. You know, stories and knowledge and things like that. Now, if somebody was to tell like a good story, that would be cool too. But you always hear like, I mean, even when you're talking to your friends and a friend's telling you a story, it's like, oh, I wish I was there. I wish I was there so I could have seen it myself. Like, and I could have fully visualized everything that was happening compared to just kind of like hearing the story. It's like, oh man. And it's like that for me when I read my Bible too. Sometimes I'm just like, man, when I read it, some of the stuff I'm reading, I'm like, yo, this is tough. Like, it's tough. But I oftentimes feel like, man, I wish I was there. I wish I was just a fly on the wall. I don't necessarily want to be born in those times, but let me be a fly on the wall. Let me see, like, the things that happen, because it's like, some of this stuff that was explained in the Bible in these books is like crazy. Like I'm reading the Bible and I'm like, I'm reading the Old Testament and I'm like, yo, this stuff is wild. You know, grounds coming up and swallowing people, millstones getting dropped on people's heads, all types of stuff. It's crazy out here. So I wish, I prefer to watch movies. I prefer to watch TV series. That seems like this was a pretty simple one, guys, for us. But you know what? Not everybody's the same. Destin used to be more of a bookworm, so that is something that used to appeal. If you guys out there, you know, rather read a book, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments and just share, like, maybe what's your favorite book? What was the differences between your book and the TV series or the movies that you may have seen? We're interested in hearing. We want to definitely open back up the community and just talk with you guys and understand like what you guys liked and what do you guys feel about these things. So I thank you for watching another episode of Versus. We are back with videos. We're going to have more to come for sure. So be on the lookout. And you got anything?
No, thanks for tuning in, guys. And if you haven't, we do have a gaming channel up where we have posted a video. So head on over to the Wilborn's Playhouse. We'll be posting more videos as the time goes. We still got our setup we need to get together. So stay tuned, guys. More videos to come, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.